8 News Now investigators just now learning the verdict is in the case of a convicted sex offender charged with murdering his young girlfriend. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. Let's get right over to Kyle Payne, the only reporter following this case from start to finish. He joins us now in studio. So Kyle, we don't know what the verdict is just yet, but you were there for the closing arguments, right?
I was, and we'll get the verdict right away. The jury got the case just after lunch today. A very short trial, just over a week. The defendant, who was 38 at the time, on trial for strangling his 21-year-old girlfriend to death. Today, that jury heard the last words from the lawyers and also got to hear from the defendant himself.
How do you in one breath intend to kill somebody? How in one breath do you insist that there's premeditation and deliberation? And yet in the next breath...
Despite a defense attorney's best argument for his client's innocence, there was no next breath for Laura Gudin. Prosecutors saying 46-year-old Robert Roginski premeditated her murder during every second he spent choking the life out of her 21-year-old body, but not before she recorded her terrible life at home with her much older live-in boyfriend.
Secret recordings. That they were on her phone. They were on her phone.
You need to apologize to me for leaving lighter on there. I have my own lighter. You left it on the counter.
You called me an abusive. You called me brain dead. You started screaming at me. You threw the lighter at me. And now you're telling me to apologize?
Yes.
Eat
off.
Instead, prosecutors say it's Roginski who went off, strangling Gudin and leaving her body on the floor of their apartment in the Arts District before police broke down the door.
No, I went to the ATM at 3 o'clock.
Taking the stand in his own defense, Roginski claimed he didn't do it and that some of the evidence was too old to be reliable, even though jurors never got to hear how he spent hard time in prison for a sex offense against a minor, long before he met Gudin.
This is first-degree murder, ladies and gentlemen.
The murder happened and Roginski was arrested in 2017. I asked his attorney why the delay, and part of it is because of COVID. Roginski also had several lawyers over the years, including one who died, Denise.
All right, Kyle, so we do know that the verdict is in. We will let you know the decision as soon as it is announced. Brian.